Volvo. As soon as you hear the name, your mind leaps to conclusions of a boring old English teacher driving an ugly station wagon. Volvo in its entire existence have always been focusing on the people that are actually driving these cars. The company even invented the 3-point seatbelt without a patent, so that up until now, every other brand have been using the same design that Volvo first invented. They're durable and they're very reliable to withstand the Swedish weather-worn roads. But there's one thing that the Volvos have never been known for, and that's good-looking exterior. I've never really met anyone that's ever said, I dream of a Volvo. Sure, the Polestar performance cars demand a presence, but Volvo's never really made a good-looking main production car. Up until now, Volvo's new lineup of cars really making me think, is Volvo becoming cool?
This is a new 2018 XC60 by Volvo. It is the competitor to the Q5 and the X3. It looks amazing, it looks sleek, it looks new. I'm really excited to drive it. It just won Wheels Car of the Year, and in North America it won SUV of the Year. They said this car is packed with tech, and we're about to find out how good is this new Swedish competitor. Alright, driving this car now. This is the XC60 T8 edition. T8 meaning that you get the T6 2-litre 4-cylinder twin-charge engine plus an electrical motor for that extra boost. Starting off with the exterior, the design just flows and very smooth looking. You can see how the panels are. There's no kind of edges, there's no sharp line. The front is definitely the best part of about this car. I love the headlights, I love the grille, and I love that Thor's Hammer LED. It looks amazing. It looks very Scandinavian. I don't like the back. Now I know that the rear taillight is kind of signature Volvo and they kind of need it. I just don't think it looks that great. Moving into the interior, the design flows. Everything looks very simple. Everything looks very minimalistic. You can completely see how like the amount of quality and the materials they use is very upmarket. There's not really any cheap plastic that you see and feel in this car. So you get the soft touch material, you get the leather banded dash, you get leather on the door cards as well, plus metal everywhere to trim everything. And it just feels so nice. I love the fact that they use carpet in the knee crash pad instead of a cheap plastic. These seats are amazing. It's so comfy, it's very thin, but it's not really uncomfortable at all. Almost feels very IKEA-like, these seats. It's very modular, very slim, minimalistic, but at the same time, it's got a lot of waves and it's got a lot of support. And the best thing about the interior is definitely this thing right here. It's the kind of the dashboard MMI, whatever you want to call it. It's amazing. It's no lag, very intuitive, and you control everything in this little system. And you can also access the camera from this dash. The camera you get is a 360 camera, but it kind of uses up the whole real estate of this monitor here. So you get a big 360 camera view, and you can change really easily from 360 to the front facing or the rear facing camera. You also choose your climate control from this dash. Not only your climate control is active in this car, you get your seat warmers as well as your steering wheel warmers. Now the cool thing about that is that you can time it so that if you leave work early in the morning, you can time it half an hour earlier or whatever you want for the car to turn on and actually start warming your seats. Because everything's controlled in this MMI, the car has very little buttons, and I think that's really great because it looks really clean inside. If you look at the bottom here, the gear knob is pure crystal from Orifice, Sweden. Not many people like it. I think it's kind of cool, something different. I don't like this start button, which is not really a start button, it's a start swivel, which is a bit weird. And it kind of comes with this whiskey glass detail around the swivel, and I just think it looks tacky. It doesn't flow and follow through the rest of the interior. really see how Volvo makes this car. It almost like it's a designer's car, like they designed it first, and the engine's almost like an afterthought. But it's funny because they made this SUV to what an SUV is supposed to be. It's supposed to be for the driver, it's supposed to be for people, it's supposed to be for the passengers. It's not really for performance, even though it can go fast. But everything about this car was made for people, and I really like that. And I think that's very true to what Volvo is in the past and what it is still now. Moving into like the driving part of the car, the engine itself, I mean, it's nice. It's a twin engine, twin charge, and it takes you from 0 to 100 in 5.1 seconds. That really is more than what you need in any car, really. It gets let down a bit by the gearbox. It's very laggy. You can kind of change that by putting into the dynamic or sports mode, but then as soon as you do that, everything becomes really touchy. Leaving this car in its kind of everyday hybrid use is so comfortable. There's almost a sign of effortless driving to it. With Volvo's air suspension, you do feel like it's like a boat. So there is a trade-off with that comfort. If you are looking for a spirited drive, this car cannot give you. I still don't think so. A lot of body roll in the corners, and it's just not sharp, and it flows into the steering of the car. It's not a sharp steering at all. There's a lot of response, you know that, but there's no feeling. Everything is so nice and quality is really, really good. And then they went ahead and made a thinner window than the actual opening of the door. You open and close the door, the window rattles. But even if you have the window up and you go through quite a bit of a bumpy road, you can hear a feint of rattles. And it's just weird. You can even knock on the window and you feel it moving. And that's just really strange, because with having that thin of a window, the acoustic of this car is very subpar. Now you still get a lot of tire noise, you get a lot of road noise, and that's something that you don't get in a BMW or an Audi. The key, gotta talk about the key, because my Audi key looks like shit. This key looks good. It's got leather on the key, by the way. So this car definitely doesn't give you the thrill of driving on, twisty roads, or even just trying to have a bit of a performance. This is definitely not a performance car. It just doesn't compare with the SQ5 or even the F-Pace, which I think is one of the best SUVs for performance. But this car trumps them all in terms of comfort and practicality and what an SUV really is for. Overall, I really love how this car has been designed and made for the people, and I really think the car is perfect for what you need an SUV for. And if I was given the choice between this and the competitors in this range, I would choose this over in a heartbeat. There you guys have it. This is the new Volvo XC60. Thank you to SVM Volvo for lending me this car for the whole day just to enjoy it and see what it's like. I had a big expectation and it just gave me more. Volvo definitely brings in a unique car to the table of this mid-size SUV market that's been dominated really by Audi and BMW. I really think you guys should check it out if you're looking for a car like this. It's simple, it's innovative,
as well as comfort without the price tag. Been a blast of a day. See you guys next time. I'm just gonna enjoy the sunset.